Hey guys, good afternoon. How are you guys? I'm actually on time today. Let's see who's all up in this chat. Hey everybody, what's up? How are you guys doing? Yes, the funeral has already taken place. And yes, Brittany Bowens attended. Well, we're going to talk about all that. Um, so I wanted to do this live really quick. I've been actually waiting until Maleah's funeral was over before I did another live stream about her story. Um, and I wanted to there's been so many people reaching. Oh, wait, let me unplug the mic. Can y'all hear me better now? Um, I wanted to wait until Maleah's funeral took place before I did like another live stream. Um, and so I kind of wanted to make this about you guys also. There's been so many of you guys that have had something to say about this whole story. So I'm going to give a number if anybody wants to call and express how you feel about this whole situation. And then we're going to also talk about the funeral today. It's kind of gloomy in Texas. Honestly, it's actually very gloomy in Texas. It's very hot. Um, and I think it's good for you guys to express how you feel about this whole situation. And I also want to have something unusual. I want to do like a moment of silence for Maleah. There's so much chatter online for Maleah in regards to this case. And it'd be really good if we paid some respect to her. So that's what's up. So let me just say hi to some folks in the chat. What's up, Lynn, Shani Poo, Morgan, Kima, Glazies, Mark the Traveler. What's up, mods? Wow, so many of you guys. Sylvia, I see a lot of you guys a lot of the times in the live stream, which is really cool. You guys, it's so hot. I've got the air pumping. It's hot as heck in Texas, so you guys have to forgive me. Hey, Brittany and Centel, Nurse Armstrong, Brooksy Brooks, Shanice. Hey, you guys, it's really good to have you guys here. Elsa, hey, baby. Love and blessings to you as well from California, huh? Sweet. Shanice, yeah, I'm looking at y'all's comments. Tarnika, Lexi, it's hot in Oklahoma City. Sheila, it's TC. Parnell, what's up? Memphis, Tennessee is hot too, huh? Arizona, Morgan Grace. Parnell, Arizona, it's hella happy. It's only 100. Are you kidding? Only 100? Terry, what's up, babe? You guys, I am nothing special, honestly. After that whole situation with Kokia, man, I had to take a step back. I had to take a little step back from everything. Storming in Nashville, Tennessee. Has any of you guys seen the weather patterns that are happening in the United States? It looks like we've got like a clockwise rotation storm that's happening, and they're saying that it's going to possibly stall for a whole week. I've literally got the air down on like 68 degrees, and it is still hot. Thank you, Donna Jean. I appreciate that. It was unusual. There's been a lot of come to Jesus in regards to this whole live stream thing. And I've gotten some criticism over, putting Kokia's criminal record out there going back 20 years. And I took that criticism, and I actually agree with you guys on that. Maybe I went a little too far on putting her entire criminal record out there, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Yes, Donna, it's hot as hell. Hey, Jazz B, what's up? So, who would be interested in calling and kind of expressing your feelings and your thoughts on this Maleah Davis case? Because I've gotten several calls from some of you guys, and I think that it would be, really nice to have some of you guys call in and share your feelings and your thoughts on this whole case. So, Maleah was laid to rest today. Did any of you guys get to see the beautiful custom made casket for her that was made? Did any of you guys see the My Little Pony casket? Not that we ever want to brag about a casket, but her father shared this, and so that's why I'm asking. Hey, Tanya, Brick City. Wow, it's nice to see you guys. I see yes. You guys would be interested. Okay, let's do this. I think it's really important since so many people have been talking about this case. I'd like to have a moment of silence for Maleah Davis as she was laid to rest today on this internet. So I'd like to do that, and I'd like to actually start that here in just a second. And then I'm going to give you guys a phone number. Anybody who wants to call, I want to encourage someone, any of you guys to call and express and share your feelings of what you think with this case. If you have a blog or some sort of site that you want to talk about, I'm okay with that as well. All right, sweet. Okay, so first, I'd like to do a moment of silence for Maleah Davis. I just would like, everyone to kind of reflect on this whole case since we're all here. And so I'd like to start that actually. Give me just a second. 1 second. I asked somebody earlier if they thought that was corny to do a moment of silence for her. And they were like, no, not at all. There's so many people blogging and talking about this case. A lot of people talking about this case. So y'all give me just a sec here. And let me find something here. And you know me, I'll share my screen out in a heartbeat. Hold on. I had a something I was going to show while we did this. Hold on. I hope your Saturday is going really well. Farthest thing from corny? I like that. All right. So let's do it. Let's start right now. Let's just have a moment of silence for Maleah Davis. And I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and share this for you guys. And let's just do this in reflection and memory of her. Damn ads. Mine is supposed to be clean. Share. Sorry, guys. Here we go. All right. All right. Give me a sec. You guys are awesome. Just looking at the chat while we sit here and, you know, reflect on that moment of silence for her. So Maleah was buried today in a private funeral service. And yes, her mother, Brittany Bowens, was there. She released one dove in remembrance of her daughter. I'm really glad that she went to the funeral, but I still think that she should be charged with a crime. I really do. I feel like she should be charged with a crime because she left her daughter there with that man. And there's a lot of questions about any involvement she has because of the fact that she has made a really big point of saying she wasn't there that morning. And so let me get a number for you guys. I'm going to get this number ready here. And you guys are you're more than welcome to call. Just give me a second here. I have had so many people calling me over the last week or so about this case. And I think it's really nice if you guys get a chance to express how you feel about this case in particular. So many text messages, so many calls. Okay, give me 1 second here. One second. All right. I've got a Google Voice number here. And let's see. I'll give this out really quick. Asking me to, oh, okay, here we go. Select the first one I see. All right. This device, all right. Send the code. All right. Here we go. Send the code. Okay, hold on. Oh no. Ah, all right. Let's skip that. All right, let me see what my phone number is here. 03. I'll give this out. Now it's telling me to get a number. What the hell? Y'all bear with me here. Okay. Link it to my device and the code. Try verifying with another number. You know, it's always something. Hold on. Let me get my text now up. I think you can call that. Y'all bear with me here. It released my number here. Hold on. Okay. Here's the number. I'm going to put it in the chat. This is my Google Voice number. Let's see here. I'm going to type it in the chat. All right. Who's ever first, who's ever lucky, go for it. 469-777-0346. Whoever wants to call, you're up next. Feel free to express how you feel about this case, and don't prank call. I love prank calls like anybody else, but you don't have to prank call today. And so tomorrow, guys, I'm going to do a live actually on my second channel. And so I do want to build that up. I am going to monetize it. That's for you haters out there. All right, here goes our first one. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Is this the lady on YouTube?
It is. Hey, babe.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Everybody can hear you. You're live.
Oh, wow. Let me turn this down because I can't hear myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, rest in peace, Maleah. I live in Texas as well. I stay in Humble. At one point, I was in Houston. And I am familiar with CPS and the bullcrap that they have going on and the things that they are doing and not doing for kids. It's very unfortunate what's going on that has happened with Maleah. I feel very like irritated and annoyed with the simple fact that Brittany, her mother, is not being held accountable to, for the things that she has done, a role that she has played in that situation. I have been following any interviews that was with this lady on there. She, allowed the activist Cornell X to speak on things that now she want to pretty much say, and has been saying for a little time now, that she never said this and never said that. As we all know, she never said anything different as this man was speaking on saying these things. Her lies is continuing to go on. I'm not understanding how at one point she was saying that she wasn't there. She left at 8:30. Come to find out she was still there. It's just, I'm very annoyed and frustrated with the whole situation. To hear the people that's from the funeral or whatever speaking on that, and even speaking her name or even speaking her as a mother, really like aggravates me. And I'm just like not understanding what is going on. Like, the people that they should be stepping in to help, people that really need help, they're just like slipping, like they're getting lost in the system. They're allowing things to happen to children that should not happen, and people that they probably should not be bothering, they be the ones that seems like they just tear their life apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off the record, whenever, unless we can do it whenever, I would like to talk to you about a situation that I'm planning on suing CPS as well for something that happened in my situation. But I don't want to make it about me. I want to make it about Maleah. Like I said, this is just, I really feel some type of way or whatever. And I wanted to call in to voice that. But if you had any questions or whatever about the situation that I could, respond back on, I have no problem with doing so.
That's awesome. Now, do you want to express your name or do you want to stay anonymous?
Yeah, that's fine. My name's Dion.
Okay. Thank you, Dion. Really appreciate you calling, and we'll be in touch.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Beth. Thank you, ma'am. Bye. All right. So there was a 630 number that called. If you want to call now, you can. Feel free to call back. Sorry, I had to push you over to voicemail. So many people are so angry, and I don't blame you guys for feeling the way that you do. I think so many feel that CPS failed this family. So many people feel that not only was it CPS that failed this family, but the judge that sent Maleah back home to Brittany failed this family. And my understanding is this was a temporary gig. Hold on. Here we go. Next call. Caller 4249.
Hi, is this LeakYou?
It is.
Hi.
Hey, babe.
Angela. My name is Angela, and I just want to tell you that I've been watching you for a couple of weeks following the Maleah Davis case, and I live in Houston, and it's really good that a lot of the bloggers are covering it because, in Houston, the case on the news and stuff, they're mentioning her less and less and less.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but I was out and about this morning at about 1 o'clock, and I was on 16 in OST, and the procession passed us by. So the police was like, you don't mind just pulling over? We're going to make room for this baby. And it was such a somber ride home for my kids.
Really?
It's a lot of construction on 16 on the south side. So they just said, hey, if you don't mind pulling over. And it was like, 18-wheelers. Everybody was just flashing their lights for this baby.
Wow.
So it was just something to see.
Wow.
It was just, I was watching your chat, and I just wanted to chime in. I'm like, I had to explain to my 10-year-old and my 6-year-old about it. And they're like, Mommy, why? Why? What's wrong? Why did they hurt her? I said, they're just people because they can have kids. They did have kids. And it's just, like the mayor said, she's Houston's child. And I see now she's Dallas's child.
Yes.
And I did watch your chat when I was going back on your archives, how you came to the apartment complex. I wish I would have gone. It's just those, my daughter, look, I was talking to the lady online how we saw the funeral procession today.
Wow.
So I was just telling my daughter about it. it's just something I'm just glad you guys are covering it, because it's getting less and less. And the chief is more concerned about, guys being released on bonds and how they're reoffending. The Maleah thing is not really being covered every day anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really, really glad you guys are fighting this for her.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. It kind of, I think, helps a lot of us bloggers push on, especially when the news stops showing it, and it is less and less. So did you by chance video the procession as it was passing by?
I didn't. It just took me by surprise, because I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I pulled over, and the police officer was on the motorcycle. He said, do you mind? I was like, no, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Just stop. And it was almost like I said, oh my God, it feels so real. We knew it was real, but for me to just happen upon it, I was like, oh my gosh,
I would have felt the same way.
Even the construction workers were like, oh my God, that's that baby. I was like, yeah, that's what the cop just said. That's Maleah. He was just like, I have a kid at home. I was like, yeah, it's just, it's just sad. It's terrible. It's terrible. So yeah, it kind of ruined my whole day.
Well, thank you. It's a lesson, I think, for all of us, right? As we all go through this together. But thank you so much for calling and expressing how you feel. And, everybody who's calling, I'm going to take all your calls. And I thank you for calling as well. You have a good day, okay?
Yeah, and I thank you for covering. Thank
you so
absolutely.
Much
for being so, y'all are on fire with this. Thank you for not getting caught up in the fraud justice for Maleah people. You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh.
But I thank you for just kind of letting the drama go over and just leave it alone. And you still say, hey, it's not about the people who can talk the loudest and curse the loudest, the ones for this baby.
That's it. That's a fact. Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
You have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, babe. All right, guys. Anybody who wants to call in, feel free. Line's open now. Wow, the feelings that people have for a child that they've never met. Here we go. Next call, 0147. You're live.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, Nicole. My name is Tammy, and I'm from Texas.
Hi, Tammy.
Hello.
Hi, babe.
I got a few things to say about CPS. I think everybody in Texas needs to go and make a voice for these children. They failed Maleah very, very bad. It gives me chill bumps to think about it, because I fought for my nephew for 2 years. The abuser, the mother was with the abuser still. They were trying to get the baby back. Luckily, I still have him after 2015. I won him in court in 2017. The baby got a black eye. And when I say a black eye, I'm talking severe black eye.
Oh, my God.
Which I hired an attorney that was a judge, an ex-judge. And so, of course, I had to look at all of the pictures of everything that happened through forensics, because the mother kept saying it was from daycare.
Mm-hmm.
She had an adult bite on his hiney, and when I say adult bite, somebody bit him till it was bleeding. Which she also did that. Well, the first judge we had, ordered for CPS and CASA to go to the home to where his mother lived to see if because we knew she was still with the abuser. So we were trying to prove it to the judge. The first judge was awesome. He made the CPS and the CASA worker go to her home. We went back to court, and the CASA worker wasn't there. She was ill, so the supervisor stepped in, and she overheard what they were talking about.
Wow.
They were talking about going to the judge and lying that they didn't find anything in the home, but they did.
Wow.
And if it was brought up, it was going to be brought up that it was old things that they used, or that was in there, from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we fought for him. We won in 2017. And now the mother's just going to sign him over to us, so we're adopting him, actually.
Well, congratulations to you under
you.
horrible circumstances, but congratulations.
And it frustrated me so
sad to see this baby was let down by CPS in the same cause that happened to me. They're not out there to help the children. They're out there to reunite these children back with the abusers.
Yeah.
And it aggravates me. And, like I told my husband, because there was a time I wanted to give up through the process because it took us so long and it was so stressful. But I didn't because I know I would be, rewarded at the end. But I think everybody in Texas needs to stand up for CPS. They're putting these children back in. There's too many cases of children going back and being abused and killed and everything else.
Yeah.
I think this little girl could have been saved.
Yeah.
And the child is my nephew, my husband's half-sister's child. It's just horrible. It like I said, it just makes me mad because CPS did fail this child.
Yeah.
If they had done something better instead of, wanting to put them back with the parents.
I absolutely agree with you. I agree. Congratulations to you. I'm really glad that you were able to save a child out here. And I really appreciate your call so much.
Thank you.
You have a good.
My name is Penny's Romper Room.
All right.
Penny's Reborn Romper Room. I come to your room all the time.
I remember you. Yes.
I had to call in and just because I was just getting so aggravated with the whole thing. Like I said, we need to all come together and do something about CPS. I witnessed it for myself. There's been too many kids put back and they've been killed and abused and you hear it every day.
Yep.
And it's sad. I want to go in and work as a CPS, person, but, I wouldn't reunite any child back with a parent that was an abuser. I have children of my own. I just couldn't see myself doing that.
No, not at all.
All right. I just wanted to call and get my opinion about CPS.
Thank you.
They failed this baby. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome, sweetie. You are quite welcome. Thank you, babe. Bye. All right, guys. Feel free to those of you that I had to send to the voicemail. Hold on just a second. All right. Sorry, that was somebody else. So for those that I had to send to voicemail, feel free to call back. I think it's really important that I share this platform today with those that want to voice how they feel about this entire case. This entire case has had so many people upset and grieving a child that we've never met. And I just want to, share this platform with you guys. To anyone who wants to call in, feel free to call back in. Let's see here. Bear with me. Do I need to put the number back in the chat? Let me go back to the video. And I'm going to read some of your comments as well. If anybody wants to call in, I'll drop the number one more time. Because I just really feel today is just a day where we mourn Maleah. And, I don't really have a lot of news updates. All right, here we go. 3127, you're live.
Hey,
Hey.
Sylvia, how are you?
Hey, Sylvia. How are you, honey?
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad you called.
Yes.
Feel
I've been
free.
watching you for a while.
Thank you. I know. I've been seeing your name in the chat.
I just wanted to call in and say I have personal experience with CPS, and they have failed on so many levels with these children. I currently have custody of my 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
Nothing nearly of what happened with Maleah. I would never want to take away from their case. But this issue isn't just a Texas issue, it's worldwide. And, my heart goes out to Maleah because CPS, they're in a business of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Not in keeping families together. They're not in the business of placing children in loving homes. They're numbers to them. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience because my son, who needed help, and the only way that I can get him help was share custody with CPS.
Oh, wow.
I gave them physical custody, and I kept legal custody. And by me doing that, 10 days after they were in their custody, my son was murdered.
Oh, my God, Sylvia. I'm so sorry to hear that.
And, you know, it was so heart-wrenching to hear another child being murdered under their supervision. And speaking from personal experience, like I said, I have custody of my 3 grandchildren, and I couldn't imagine being a grandmother, you knowing that your grandchildren are being abused by your child, and you don't stand up and say, hey, I'm going to fight for mom.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't get any of it. And it's just heartbreaking to me how this little girl suffered so much in her short life. And now that she's gone, she's receiving all this love. Where was the fight for her when she was alive?
Yeah, I agree.
I could not imagine having my grandchildren go through that type of situation. And, you know, I live with the fact that I trusted people who convinced me that they can help me, and 10 days later, my child is gone.
Mm. Did you ever get justice for that?
I absolutely did. I absolutely did. I absolutely did. And it's been 13 years, but it feels as if it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when I heard of this story and you being so compassionate and keeping it classy and keeping it about her, you know, when you went to go to the apartment, and when I see you, when that Maleah's Day, how they had the memorial for her,
Mm-hmm.
it just ripped my heart apart, because it was like, wow, you doing all this, you didn't even know her, and we never seen her mother out there.
No, we didn't.
Someone who gave her life. We didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't. You're right. We didn't.
And I couldn't, you know, when my son passed away, my mouth was heard loud.
Yeah.
I let it be known. It was no hiding. It wasn't getting friends on live and speaking on my behalf. None of that.
How are you doing after the 13 years? How are you doing? And you say it's like it happened yesterday. Are your grandchildren growing up? Are they almost grown, like as far as their ages?
No, actually, my oldest is 11 and the youngest is 1.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Well, I'll be praying for you, and Leak You family out there, pray for Sylvia and keep her in your prayers. We never know people's situations in life. We never, ever know. Much love, Sylvia, and I'll be thinking about you. We'll be in touch.
Thank you so much, sis. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Much love, sweetie.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I sent a few calls to voicemail. Feel free to call back. Again, there's not a lot of news on this story, and except for her funeral has taken place. Her murderer talked to a inmate in the Houston, in the county jail down in Houston, and is saying that he threw Maleah off his lap where she hit her head and then died. I think everyone has heard about this, and I don't necessarily want to talk about him today. I want to keep this about Maleah, and I want to keep this about her memory today. So to anyone who wants to call back, feel free to call back now before I get another call. And I'm going to also read through some of these comments as well. I think it's important. I just want to share this platform with you guys. All right, hold on. Memphis, Tennessee, 9998. You're live. Hey, this is LeakYou.
Hey, LeakYou, this is Niecy.
Hey, Niecy. Hey, Niecy, how are you? I know you.
I'm fine, sweetie. I'm fine.
Excellent.
I'm not going to talk long. I just wanted to call in to tell you thank you so very much for keeping this story alive and letting it be nationwide. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't know Maleah. but we loved her anyway. And my prayers go out to Sylvia also.
Yes.
So, I just wanted to just say thank you for that. Me and you talk in the chat all the time.
Yes, we do.
But I just wanted to say how I just appreciate everything that you do, regardless of what your commentary is about.
Okay. Thank you.
We need people like you. We need people like you that's going to bring the truth, whether they want to hear it or not. You are so special.
Thank you.
And I love you, and I thank you so very much. I'm not going to hold the line.
Thank you, Niecy. Much love, sweetie.
I sent you a link, baby. I want you to take care of that for me.
I got you.
Okay.
All right, babe.
Love you.
Love you, babe. Bye.
Bye-bye.
8196, you're live.
Oh, I finally got through.
You did.
630 call. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay under the circumstances. I am so glad that you've been covering this story. I've been with you and just, tuning in every chance that I get. And I've been also following Al Scott, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
I am.
But yeah, the YouTubers that have been really following the story, that's who I've been really following. I just broke down a little while ago. I had to get myself together. The young lady that called and said she saw the procession go past her, and she didn't realize until, that it was baby Maleah funeral. So that just kind of, I mean, seeing the casket, I don't know who posts the photos of the casket. I broke down from that. It's just been, because I just feel like this is my grandbaby.
Yeah.
That I have a 4-year-old where she's about to be 4. Her and baby Maleah, like the same weight, same height, same size, same gap in the two, the same hair texture.
She looks like my granddaughter too. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. This has really been, at work, I barely do any work. I go to work, but I've been so consumed and with this case, I just want justice for that baby.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want justice for this baby.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs to be held accountable. Everybody needs to be held accountable. I just want justice for this baby. And I know that she's in heaven now, and she's not going to go through any more pain, any more hurt. She's at peace. She has her little angel wings. I just almost feel like I should have been there. Like I could have been, and I'm all the way in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It tears me up. It just tears me up. So I'm just happy that that you've been following the story, because I'm following you, and and you post every update that you get. So I just like I said, want justice for this baby, and I really appreciate what you've been doing. And you went to the apartment, and I broke down there with you. I just went into tears. I've just been really just trying to make sure I stay connected, because I just love this baby.
Yeah.
Like you said, I never met her, never seen her, never touched. I just love this baby. It was like she was my grandbaby, and it's just heartbreaking. So thank you for
Absolutely.
Keeping us posted with the story.
Absolutely. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you calling.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. The lines are open, guys. If anyone wants to call and express your feelings on this story. Again, I really want to share my platform to those of you who want to express how you feel. And, I will tell you right now, I'm really quite surprised. Houston hasn't charged Brittany Bowens with a crime. I've seen people charged for way less. And I think that her being out of town has a lot to do with why she has not been charged with the crime. I just feel like in my heart, I don't understand why a mother would leave her daughter with someone that you knew was abusing her. I'll never understand that. And I go back to that day and I think about the day that I went to that apartment and I took you guys on that journey with me. It's still hard to think about that, even to this day. I mean, I'll never forget turning that corner and seeing all those teddy bears and all of those balloons sitting out there. So many balloons and teddy bears in front of that door. You couldn't even get to the front door. You would literally have to move a lot of stuff. And so again, I want to keep this about Maleah today. There's not really a lot of news to share. And I want to keep this about her memory, how beautiful of a little girl she was. You guys know that her favorite cartoon she loved to watch was My Little Pony. My granddaughter loves My Little Pony. And I think it's important that we lift her memory up today and share that. So I'll take one or two more calls. If anybody, don't be scared to call. It's okay. You don't have to share your name or anything like that. I promise I don't bite. Feel free to call if you'd like, if you want to express how you feel. And I'm just going to kind of go through some of these comments. Anita says, yeah, BB will be charged. They just want to get it right. I hope so. I really do hope so. I've never felt so strongly about a woman being charged for a crime than I do with her. Seriously. Leanne says, a real psychopath doesn't have feelings like normal people do. Exactly. You're absolutely right about that, Leanne. Hi, Tupac. Hey, Centel, sweetie. Here we go. There's another call. 4325, you're live, sweetie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, LeakYou.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Hi, my name is Tanya, and I'm here from Houston, Texas.
Hi, Tanya.
Yes, I've been following this baby's case since day one. And, it's touching everybody here. It's really heartfelt, but it's sad that it had to take this one when there's so many children that you hear about that things can happen to,
Absolutely.
Through social media and everything. But I'm not going to get off the subject. But I listen to a lot of you bloggers. My heart goes out to y'all for some of you all doing right research or working with one another. It's been helping with a lot of people too that's been following you all. Because like another caller said, they just completely took it off the news,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said you're down in Houston, right?
Yes, exactly.
So you're seeing all the local coverage.
Yes, and it's like it should be, if this is something really major, because it was an eye-opener for everybody, regardless of what goes on in families. And with the CPS thing, I'm not going to get off subject, but, it has happened in my family also. But to get back to where, question at hand or statement at hand, the way I feel about this case is, in my spirit, to be honest, now this is my opinion, but it was in my spirit because I prayed a lot since day one. I really feel like this was kind of premeditated on Brittany's part.
Okay.
Because the way I feel about it is, she has 3 children. Nothing in there about the 2 boys that something bad has happened to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say this, but she evil. It was something against that daughter. It was something against that daughter that she had a big problem with.
Like something she didn't like about the daughter.
Yeah, Yes, and I feel that in my spirit because boys, that the first thing you're gonna find out is a bump, bruise, or whatever. Because I have sons myself, sons and daughters,
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's something, but God knows. And I'll be glad when that day comes, when that lady is sitting on that stand next to that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have to get out here because I'm getting emotional right now. But I appreciate the work you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you so much.
You are welcome, sweetie. Thank you for calling.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye. 7528, you're live.
Hey, Granny.
Hi, sweetie. Y'all hear my grandbaby back there. Go ahead, 7528.
Granny.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, this is Miss Parnell from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hi, Memphis.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I want to let you know I really appreciate you, hanging on to this because I feel just like I have a 5-year-old granddaughter. She's a My Little Pony kid. And,
Oh, yeah.
And she's about Maleah's size and almost looked like her as well. And, I've been crying every single day. Every time I hear her name or I saw that casket, anything to do with her, I just break down. But I really believe that let me ask you something. Did you see the Nancy Grace CNN thing on this?
I did.
And to hear about the tissue.
Yes.
I had never heard that. When I heard that, it just broke my heart. And then to see that video again of her walking behind him and he was so far in front of her and how she, I had forgot about the part until you mentioned it again about her pausing. But, I'm sort of intuitive. And I, felt like that the reason she paused was because Brittany was in the doorway. And she was probably telling her to come on in, getting her, you know what I mean? Hurry up and come on in. And she had the door open. That's just what I see. Now, I don't know if that's really what happened or anything, but I also heard that the neighbors had saw Darian Vince smoking or something outside.
Right.
This is not the part on the video where, this is where he looked up at the neighbors and they said that he didn't have a scratch or anything, on his forehead.
Right.
And then I didn't know that the FBI had gotten the radio or computer out of the car, that all this stuff was sent to the FBI lab so they could try to GPS find out everywhere that car had traveled. But something is telling me that he, traveled through Sugarland, Texas. And, I've heard them mention that a lot about Sugarland, Texas. But see, what he was doing was taking the I-30. He wasn't going the normal traditional way because my daughter, she lived in Waco, and I have folks in Houston, and I got relatives in Austin and Humboldt, Texas, and everything.
Yeah.
So I've traveled that route many times, and every time I haven't been there since this happened, but every time I think about it, I envision that exit. I envision how he did everything and what he did. I'm not, I'm by no means, I'm not a forensic anything or anything like that. It's just that I have a gift. But I don't, right now, I was telling you when I typed in on your chat about your flame, you lit, your candle was lit and it was lit very strong, and then it started to thin out. And then it went back really strong. So they let me, I feel like that was, I envisioned that maybe, we're waiting on this justice to be done. I just want everybody to be patient because I'm like the other lady. They're doing whatever they can to get it right. But Maleah is saying she's not going to get any justice. This is the way she feels in spirit. She feels like she's not going to get any justice, and everything is pointing to her mother. From my understanding, she was poisoned. This is the way I see it. She was poisoned. That's why Darian Vince kept saying, well, she didn't suffer, because they had her so sick and lethargic. And, and she was in and out of consciousness, and then till she died. That's why she didn't go to school and all this stuff, all those days after they brought her home. They poisoned that girl, and they put poison in her cup. That package, now, that came from China or whatever, I don't know what it contained.
My understanding, it contains some wallpaper, some textured wallpaper that Brittany was doing
I
for.
heard that too.
Yeah.
But do we really know that? You know what I'm saying?
We don't. We only know what has been put out on the internet by Brittany, so we don't.
But then let me ask you this about her funeral today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you? I wasn't, to be honest, I didn't give it any more thought because I didn't want to get my emotions and all this stuff into that. Because when you're like I am, you kind of have to keep your emotions out of everything. So do you think now when she showed up to the funeral, I really think that I don't know how, because at first she was so afraid to go anywhere after she had been charged. She was afraid for her life. I didn't know she moved out of the state. So I'm just wondering, is her and Craig Davis having some kind of communication? And I think that would be a good thing too. But my thing is this: is something wrong with him? Craig Davis. I think it is. It has to be. To me, I don't know if he was afraid of Darian or for some reason, because it ain't no way possible I could go to. She wasn't married to him,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And that's my child, and I don't care if he was going through the process of trying to take his two children or whatever the situation was. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna knock on a door, and that's my child, and I don't give a damn who answers that door. It could have been Brittany answering that door. She could have told me that I couldn't see my child, and then after I looked at those photos of her head swollen, she in the hospital and stuff all wrapped around her head and all. Ain't no way. And CPS, it need to be, and I wrote about this. They need to be a lot more. I think the federal government should not allow the states to have that much power. I just think that this case, among maybe a whole lot of them, should go to the Department of Justice. Because right now, they have not even upgraded any of the charges.
Yeah.
On Darian Vince, he's sitting in there, he had a $999, you might as well say $1 million bond, and now it's $45,000, and he's still sitting in there. If somebody comes over with $45,000, even that girl, now they're saying she's the one dropped him off because she know too much about the case.
Right.
And then they're saying Brittany dropped him off. But I'm serious. It's either between his brother or this girlfriend. She knows too much, and she's writing him. And she's the one I really, truly believe in my heart got him to say as much as he did about the case. To go ahead and tell where he had dumped her body and everything. But she did it from a perspective of, you better tell them to save your own neck. Don't go down for nobody. They putting it all on Brittany, but my spirit and my soul really believes, and Darren is no lamb. Honest person to where, Brittany just has this magical power over him. He had molested that child according to her.
Right.
Okay. So he already had something in him that wasn't absolutely correct. And she put out that stuff about him sending a picture of his penis to another man because she was too embarrassed to admit that he was cheating on her with another woman. She knew that all along. She knew it all along. When she found out, look, and once he molested that girl, she looked at Maleah, because her mind is warped. She looked at Maleah in a different way from that point on. Once she realized and understood that was going on, she started looking at her as equivalent to her. You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. Yeah, there are situations and cases where women have looked at their children as a composition after the children have been molested. It's really sad.
Exactly. And so she didn't care. It's like she was collateral damage, and she didn't care, or damaged goods. She didn't care about her at that point after that. And she, because a lot of mothers, even I don't care how old your children are, grown adults or whatever, teenagers or children, Maleah's age, they don't want to admit that they have these type of men in their homes, that doing these things, and they rather. And see, Brittany was lazy, So there, from my understanding, and then I'm hearing that he never done any cleaning around there. So why was he? Now this is what the detectives were saying. So why did he get around there and say he was cleaning with all this bleach and all this stuff? And you got to be dumb. If you're watching everybody know this. We watch Forensic Files. We watch all kind of investigative shows, and bleach is no good. So what was he thinking?
I know I spoke with a forensic analyst earlier this week who said it takes a more concentrated form of bleach to remove blood, and that the regular household bleach that we use out there wouldn't have actually removed it.
And according to what they were saying on Nancy Grace on that show, that even though they remove, a large amount of blood with bleach, it still leaves, I'm not going to say residue, it leaves droplets.
Yes.
And then Nancy Grace did bring up a good point. Did they find out, was it how the blood was, was it a black splatter? Was it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That would tell how they. It had something to do with Conroe and Sugar Land, Texas. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
So Houston, it's just, I just wanted you to know how I felt. I needed to tell somebody, because I'm seeing and hearing a lot of things within myself, and my mind is going in directions that it don't need to be going in, because I got to keep my emotions out of this. But it's hard because I've been crying and crying and crying and crying. If you got some man or whatever's going on over there, now she's a good mother, but I'm just saying, I have to put that out there because you never know. You never know.
Well, so thank you. So, everybody, everything, anyone, you can express whatever you want to express. This is, everything. We don't know everything that's happened. It looks like the internet keeps dropping. Yes, everything being said is absolutely allegedly. People are just expressing how they feel with this case. So it is what it is. Thank you very much to the callers who called in and expressed how they feel about this case. And I want to give a special shout out to Cash Me Out, Queen Supreme. I seen her join the live, and she's been covering this case, and she's been also covering some other cases. So you guys definitely check her channel out. We'll take one more call. 2485, you're live.
Hi.
Hi.
55 Living, and I just wanted to thank you for covering this story. And I was too abused by my mom, and this story with Maleah just really broke me down, because I felt that I was Maleah, but I ended up got away because my mother ended up giving me away at the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
And so some of the things that I have seen Brittany doing in interviews, Brittany felt like she was in competition with Maleah. And that's how my mom has felt with me, because when the last caller did mention that, she hit it right on the nail. And this doesn't happen with every case, but I know with my case and Maleah's case, because we were both being molested by our mother's boyfriend, then the mother somewhat looked at it like it's our fault, we're in competition. I'm pretty sure every time Brittany took Maleah out, Maleah used to get a ton of compliments, just like I was, and I'm the oldest, so I had like 3 other siblings right after me, all girls, but I was the main one that used to get all the compliments as I think back on it. And so it does bring some resentment when your mom looks at you as competition, more so as your little girl that needs to be protected and sheltered by them, you know? So I do feel that Brittany does have some type of mental illness going on. And I'm so afraid that even if she does get convicted with Maleah murder or any type of wrongdoing, while the CPS investigation is going on. I think she might still get off a little bit because her lawyer can literally say, you can tell that Brittany mentally wasn't all the way there, just like my mom wasn't all the way there. And to me, it was just be more of a slap in the face. But I just wanted to say that to a lot of victims that have been crying out. And also there's a lot of man victims as well that were molested when they were little boys. So this kind of blows the lid of what's going on with CPS, and not only in state of Texas, but just all over, because I am from California and I live here in Dallas now. But this story really touched my heart because, like I said, you know, it just kind of brought me back to my childhood. And I do hope that Darren does speak more of what Brittany did allow to happen in the household, to the point where he felt that he could do anything to Maleah and get away with it.
Yeah.
Because I think she's more the corporate than what we think she is, even though I do think that Darren did put hands on Maleah. I just think that Brittany needs to go down more so than anybody. And I just hope that this story scares a lot of other mothers, that knowing that their little girls and little boys are being molested by family members or someone that they are in a relationship with. And I just hope that the state of Texas can pass a Maleah law and can look more into funding when it comes to kids being abused in that way. I just happen to be lucky, you know, and not grow up with a lot of issues that cause when you are being molested and your body being tampered with, and with the development of your childhood into adulthood. I consider myself blessed, but I just wanted to kind of put a voice out there to all the victims. That,
many in the chat are absolutely praying for you as I'm reading through this. Many people are behind you. So much love to you, and prayers for you, caller. I'm really sorry that you went through that, and we absolutely love you.
Okay, well, thank you so much, and you guys have a good one.
You too, sweetheart. Wow. This story has just really affected a lot of people. And my prayers out to each of you that has called in. And, you know, thank you for sharing your story. Let's take one more. 4838, you're live.
Hi.
Hi.
I can't take. Hi, I'm good. I am on. Hi, Leak You. I love you, sweetie. I watch you a lot.
Oh, thank you, babe.
Look, I'm from Houston, and something that the caller said a moment ago. I want everybody listening to, to really be aware of their mental health. I'm a therapist, and I have had a number of people since this situation has happened to be triggered by the events of this case, and it's like they're re-experiencing their own trauma, just like that caller said.
Yeah.
So if one of the people watching today is experiencing that and thinking that oh, they tripping or it's just them, it's not. This is a triggering event. So if anybody is experiencing that, please reach out and seek help.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you,
welcome.
sweetheart.
All right, baby.
Bye. Man, I think I've said this before. The love that all of you guys have expressed in this case is absolutely amazing. So you guys, please send your love out to each one of the people that were nice enough to call in. And if, like that caller just said, this is a triggering type of an event. It could trigger things inside of you. If you've ever had situations happen in your life that, as we've heard, molestation and murders and all these things that have happened to people, I want each of you to know that you're all special. You're all important. There's never a situation that's so bad that you can't get out of it. There's just not. When you think things are so dark in your life, there is a brighter day. A brighter day always comes along. So I want each of you to know and understand that. And all of you are loved. And I really think I have like the best fans ever. You guys are all so sweet and also kind. And I just want to thank each one of you. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. And I want to thank each of you that called in today. I will be going live tomorrow on my second channel. I do want to try to monetize that second channel. And, you know, I don't know what we'll discuss tomorrow, but we will absolutely discuss possibly some more details to this case. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to read a couple comments before I end this live. Unique Sauces, thank you so much for doing this. Oh, thank you. I thank each of you guys. I just felt it was so imperative with everyone, all the calls I've been getting. I felt, why not turn that around and let you guys express that on my platform? I feel like everybody's voice is important. Everybody has, you know, maybe wrong or right, but everybody has a voice. Everybody's voice is important in this. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So there's a link in the chat from my mod for the second channel if you want to subscribe to that to know when I go live. And I'm just answering the questions to some of those in the chat. I really, really appreciate each of you joining today for this hour while we, you know, did a moment of silence for Maleah. And you guys hold your kids tight today, your grandbabies, your kiddos. One sec. Hey. This thing. This thing. Come here. Granny. Granny. Hey, Granny. Come on. What'd you say? Huh? What'd you say? What'd you say? Say, hey, Granny. Say hi. Love you.
Granny, I go to the camera's house.
You did? You did?
There's Bella.
No, really? Yeah.
Her has spots.
Spots?
That was Bella.
Really?
Bella has a lot of spots.
Oh, she does. Did you have fun? Give me a kiss. Love you. All right. Guys, hold your kids, hold your grandkids tight. You never know what in life can happen. I love you guys, and I'll be live later. You know how to catch me on Instagram @LeakYou. Much love, guys.